A horse walks into a bar, slumps over the counter and orders a pint. The bartender looks at him and says, "Hey, we don't serve horses, get out!" Comedy is not easy. There's a reason why sitcoms get cancelled all the time, despite a room full of writers being given bags of cash to come up with 22 minutes of funny. South Park has remained a constant source of laughter throughout the years and continues to be successful. When its creators Trey Parker and Matt Stone decided to be very much hands-on in the development of South Park The Stick of Truth, is it any wonder why it ended up being so damn funny? Oh, a bit of warning, the video contains clips from the game and some of those clips are certainly not suitable for work. Just giving you a heads up in case somebody peers over your shoulder as Mr. Slave comes on screen. From the get-go, I knew I was in for a treat thanks to the wild opening cinematic and the humorous exchange between the parents and my character. I say exchange, but it is more one-sided than that due to the fact that my character doesn't utter a single word, much to the chagrin of the parents.
We've got some money for you on the kitchen counter, sweetie. Just be back before it gets dark.
Yeah, we love you too.
Once the gameplay kicks in, one of the first things you can do, and I can't believe I'm saying this, is sit on the toilet, muster the strength to deposit some waste in the bowl by mashing a button, then admire your handiwork and add it to your inventory to be used later. This is the world of South Park through and through.
You, huh? So I guess we'll never really be friends.
What I find interesting is the many different ways South Park The Stick of Truth made me laugh. The first and most common way is by the superb writing present during cutscenes. That trademark South Park humour of profane bickering between kids is all here. As the animation is identical to what we see on the series, each cutscene feels like it was lifted directly from an episode.
Now don't think your friends are gonna come bust you out this time, Craig.
My name is Feldspar, and I'm a level 6 thief, and the humans will soon rescue me from this tower.
No, your name is fucking Craig Tucker, and you're in detention!
Another source of amusement are the collectibles and their descriptions, which call back to episodes that they were featured in, like the Okama Game Sphere and pubic hair, which you can find in multiple places by the way. Either somebody is shedding quite frequently and should get that looked at, or the citizens of South Park like to shave their pubes and just leave them lying around for others to find. Both scenarios are plausible given the track record of the inhabitants. Oh, let us not forget the Gym Pokemon collectibles that are emphasised by this. I would really like them to be given their own game. Pokemon has had a monopoly on the make-believe cute creature capturing game market for too long, damn it. South Park gets away with a lot of its more crude humour due to its cartoonish look. If some of the stuff they did was in live action, it would never have gotten past its first season. However, in the medium of games, it is at the mercy of multiple cases of censorship in Europe and Australia on the PS3 and Xbox 360, which unfortunately stops us from enjoying such artful displays of Randy getting rammed with a giant dildo.
Next time's gotta be the turn. Give it all you got.
Say magnifique. Luckily, the writers found a way to have fun with it. We delicate Europeans and much tougher Australians may not get to see Randy's ordeal, but at least we get some witty remarks. Something you probably already heard of. Later in the game, an abortion minigame is censored, which sucks because I believe it has some real educational value. I could spend years training to be a doctor and attend the most prestigious colleges while spending an insane amount of money. But South Park shows us how to perform an abortion on a middle-aged cross-dressing man in mere minutes. Such a pity the collective population of Europe and Australia don't have access to this revolutionary teaching method. Also, censorship is complete bullshit, but that's a video for another day.
He did it. Alright, so he is a real doctor.
The combat is something that, if described to someone, sounds depraved. So, these kids fight each other until one side is unconscious, making the remaining kids the victors. Weapons of choice include a hammer, a pair of crutches stolen from a severely crippled child after he's beaten senseless, and a massive dildo. It's really fun. Wow, that is twice I've said the word dildo in one video. Now 3 times. Back to the endlessly violent combat between preteens. The comedy comes in the form of overly brutal special abilities, such as swinging a baseball bat at someone from close range, running head first into their midsection while wearing a football helmet, concussions be damned, or hurling a hammer at their face with reckless abandon. It's absurd, over the top, and hilarious. Burn damage has never been so funny. Pokemon could learn a thing or two from South Park. Let us not forget the ridiculous summons. Did anybody call for Mr. Slave?
Ooh, this could be kind of fun. Ooh, Jesus Christ.
There's also Mr. Hanky, Mr. Kim, and Jesus himself. I chuckle every time I use them. I also chuckle at some of the mad enemies and their moves. Gingers using Touch of the Ginger, aliens using space medicine, and of course the Nazi aborted fetuses. The game doesn't pull any punches in regards to the crude nature of some enemies. If you are easily offended, this is not a game for you. I, on the other hand, am a terrible human being because I think it is really funny. Within the context of the crazy story and manic behaviour of characters, fighting a giant Nazi aborted fetus seems like something that should be expected. These are the type of gags where I laughed first and then questioned my morality, before laughing again. South Park also uses Facebook to allow various characters a chance to shine. Al Gore in particular, he endlessly posts how important he is.
It's me, Al Gore. You know, Al Gore. I'm super important.
One of my favourite posts is by Butters' dad, Mr. Stotch, saying that he is very sorry about Butters, just in general. What a bastard.
People hang out with me for a while, they usually end up texting or just looking at their phones.
Finally, I want to touch on some of the levels. In particular, a level you may have already heard of, the bedroom. This might be the funniest backdrop to a fight I have ever played. Just listen to the sounds. This was a moment that I needed to put down the controller and call people into the room to bear witness to this ludicrous situation. Much like the giant Nazi aborted fetuses, due to the context, fighting a gnome on a bed while two people have sex makes perfect sense. There is also another level towards the end of the game that I won't spoil here. For those who have played it, it involves a flashlight, Mr. Hat, and a phone call that leads to a friend request. I had a similar reaction to it as I did the bedroom level.
Well, what brings you here today? Business or pleasure? Or vengeance?
Vengeance!
Combining all of what I've talked about, the show-like cutscenes, the callback collectibles, censorship shenanigans, over-the-top combat, absurd enemies, ludicrous levels, it all makes South Park The Stick of Truth one funny game.
You can't hold the doorknob, Bard. That's cheating. Yeah, I can. I have the stick of truth, which means I control the universe, and I say holding the doorknob is okay.
Thank you very much for watching. I was hoping to have 2 videos out by this point in the week, but on Sunday evening when I was capturing footage from South Park, I may have accidentally played through the entire game for the 3rd time and done a bunch of side quests. I've played it, first time I played it on the PC as a thief, then I played it second time on console as a Jew, and then while capturing footage I played as a fighter. I'm thinking I might play it again as the mage. I've been told it's really good. Anyway, sometimes that's the way it goes. On the plus side, tomorrow is The Last of Us No Guns on Survivor, where I get to do the upside down hanging bit where I'm forced against my will to actually fire a gun. I'm terrible at it because I haven't used a gun in about 3 hours of The Last of Us. Anyway, thanks for watching and take care. Is it any reason why it ended up... Oh, balls! So close. I should make these intros so much shorter. I'm killing myself. These 200-word intros, it's... Next time it'll be 2 words. Hello, video.